Tonight on Newswatch, we will have the recap from the iScore conference last week on campus.
And find out about the talks taking place regarding the Bakken pipeline.
And I have the latest in cyclone sports and a recap of the weekend.
Warm weather hitting a lot of the country today. I'll have your Iowa forecast. Newswatch starts now.
This is Newswatch 18. Newswatch 18 starts now.
Well, good evening and welcome to this edition of Newswatch. I am Julian Neely.
And I'm Coltin Loftin. Thank you for joining us.
Last Thursday, Iowa State University hosted their conference that promotes diversity, education, and celebrates diversity throughout our campus. The conference was located throughout the Memorial Union and free to all students, faculty, and staff. This event consists of multiple sessions such as creating inclusive curriculum to facilitate inclusive and diverse classroom environments, and Black lives through the lenses, a discussion on how the media portrays African Americans. There were a variety of scholars that presented like multicultural vision program scholars and the George Washington Carver scholars. To learn more about the conference, please go to iscore.iastate.edu.
The Iowa Energy Commission is set to meet on Wednesday to discuss the future of the Bakken oil pipeline. The proposed 1,100-mile crude oil pipeline would be used to transport oil from the North Dakota Bakken oil fields to Patoka, Illinois for processing. 348 miles of the pipeline would go through 19 Iowa counties, including Story County. Opponents of the project claim an unnecessary environmental risk for Iowa's farmlands, while supporters praise the project as a potential boost to the local economy. The commission will meet tomorrow to decide whether to accept or decline the measure and whether or not eminent domain may be used. Iowa is the only state that has yet to make a decision.
After a big primary weekend, the presidential candidates are preparing for a potential game-changing night. The Mississippi, Idaho, Hawaii, and Michigan primaries are seeing tight competition on both the Democratic and Republican sides. Republican candidate Donald Trump will be defending his lead from Ted Cruz, whose campaign gained some big momentum from wins in Kansas and Maine last week, while Bernie Sanders will be vying for support to match up with Hillary Clinton on the Democratic side. Early polling showed Trump coming away with 36% lead and Clinton with a 55% lead in the crucial primary in Michigan.
The Des Moines Register has released the schedule for the 44th annual RagBri Bike Ride. This year, the famous biking event will pass through southern Iowa communities of Glenwood, Shenandoah, Creston, Leon, Centerville, Ottumwa, Washington, and finally ending at the border in Muscatine. The ride will take place from July 23rd to July 30th this summer and will traverse 420 miles across Iowa, the third shortest route in the event's history. Daily routes will be announced every day for the rest of this week, with days 1 through 3 already available to view. Registration for RagBri is now open for anyone who wants to participate in this Iowa tradition.
Yesterday was a sad day in sports world as Denver Broncos quarterback Peyton Manning announced his retirement in a press conference this Monday. The 39-year-old quarterback spent the last 18 years in the NFL after being drafted first in the 1998 for the Indianapolis Colts. He played there until the 2011 season before being traded to the Denver Broncos. Manning currently holds the records for most career passing yards, passing touchdowns, and wins for a quarterback, as well as being the only player to win the Super Bowl with 2 different teams.
And now Danielle Carpenter gives us the latest on the spring pruning workshop at Ryman Gardens.
People came out to Ryman Gardens to brace the cold temperatures on Wednesday, March 2nd to attend the spring pruning workshop. Although it may not seem like it, spring will be here before we know it, and this workshop gives people the opportunity to learn how to properly care for their yard.
I think it's great for the community because they're very much interested in how to take care of their plants, which is what we do. We take care of plants. We want to train them. We want to make them healthy. We want them to be safe to have in your yard, along the street, in the garden. Here we have many trees. We need to make them safe so that they're not a hazard to visitors.
This workshop is held through Ryman Gardens and is open to everyone to come and learn about the importance of knowing the right way to prune.
Yeah, I think it's really cool that, such a big university still does kind of like public outreach like that. And even though, what they have like 30,000 or so something students like that, they still care about the community around them and like to educate even people who are not students there.
With spring break right around the corner, these people are ready to start getting their hands dirty and begin cleaning up their yard using all that they've learned here at Ryman Gardens. For ISU TV, I'm Danielle Carpenter.
Don't go anywhere. We'll have more news after these messages.
Welcome back to Newswatch. As many people know, we have a new student body president and vice president. Coltin was elected as student body president and Cody West was elected vice president of student government on Friday night. These two received over 1,300 more votes than any other candidate. Raul and Akil came in second with 25.64%, as Zachary and Cole came in third.
The World Health Organization on Tuesday said that sexual transmission of the Zika virus is more common than previously thought. The UN Health Agency says that this is increasing evidence that spike in disturbing birth defects and neurological problems are caused by Zika. According to the Associated Press News, the U.S. is investigating more than a dozen possible cases of Zika and people who may have been infected through sex. We will keep you updated on more information from research and test organizations as they continue to grow.
Monday at 3:37 p.m. on the north side of Des Moines, a woman reported a shooting. The woman told police that two tall men wearing backpacks and glasses started firing rounds up 3rd Street. She says before they began to shoot, the two men told her to get her children inside. According to the Des Moines Register, police found 2 shell casings on the sidewalk in front of the home on 3rd Street, and multiple casings were found in a nearby alley. Police haven't identified any suspects, but they do have 2 videos of 2 cars that may be involved.
On Sunday afternoon, a 6-year-old boy collided with a motorcycle. The boy was airlifted from Webster City to a hospital in Des Moines, where he later died. The driver of the motorcycle was taken to Van Diest Medical Center in Webster City, and the name of the driver has yet to be released.
The Iowa State Fair announced next year's Grandstand concert series presented by U.S. Cellular. The 70s hard rock group Heart will perform with special guest Joan Jett, the Black Hearts, along with Cheap Trick. Tickets go on sale Saturday, March 26th at 10 a.m.
Corporate retail chain Walmart announced that they will increase the pay to the workers of 69 Walmart and Sam's Club stores in Iowa. The release stated workers hired before January 1st will be paid at least $10 an hour, and workers hired after January 1st will start at $9 an hour until they've completed a skills and training program. Workers will see this increase beginning this Thursday.
Voted 27-21, the Democratic-controlled chamber of Iowa Senate passed a bill making it a crime to commit an offense against a person because of how they identify themselves. The Republican House will vote on proposed bills before Friday's session deadline, but the future of the bill is unclear. More than 15 states have included transgender and gender identity in their hate crime clause.
We are now joined by Mary Rominger at the desk with sports. Mary, how did Cyclones Athletics do this weekend?
The men's basketball team lost a tough one over the weekend, and the gymnastics team won over Iowa. I'll have more after the break. Welcome back to Newswatch. Hilton Coliseum has the ultimate Cyhawk battle this past Friday. The Iowa State gymnastics team went head-to-head with the number 17 Iowa Hawkeyes. Neck and neck throughout the entire meet, the Cyclones topped the Hawkeyes by just 1/40th of a point. The victory came down to the very last performance by sophomore Haley Young, who didn't disappoint with a career-high 9.925. Seniors Kristen DaCosta, Alex Morosco, Sammy Pearsall, and Sarah Townsend were honored after the meet for senior night in their last performance in Hilton. The number 9 Iowa State Cyclone hockey team has advanced to the national championship. The puck will drop at 7 p.m. tonight in Bensonville, Illinois, to battle the number 3 and CSCHL rival Lindenwood. The Cyclones are looking for their first national championship since 1992. Fatigue is surrounding the Iowa State men's basketball locker room, as senior point guard Monte Morris admitted after Saturday's 85-78 loss against Kansas. Rest for the team is a key factor as the Cyclones' postseason run is on the line. The team will tip off against the Oklahoma Sooners this Thursday at 8 p.m. in Kansas City, Missouri. Yesterday, senior linebacker Levi Peters announced his decision to end his football career at Iowa State. The statement from head coach Matt Campbell described what made Peters unique to the program. Campbell stated, "I don't know if anybody epitomizes what it means to be a Cyclone more than him. He gave everything he had for this program with a tenacity and work ethic matched by no one. Peters will be missed by Cyclone Nation." Women's tennis superstar Maria Sharapova is losing major sponsorships after testing positive in her latest doping test. Sharapova's January drug test results revealed the tennis player tested positive to a drug called meldonium, which became a banned substance only this past year. Major sponsor brands like Nike, Swiss Watch, and Porsche then moved quickly to drop the 5-time Grand Slam winner in their endorsements. After the break, Jan will have the latest on the weather forecast.
Welcome back to Newswatch, everybody. I hope you got outside and enjoyed today. It was a great day out there. We hit 73 here in Ames and 73 down in Des Moines as well. A great day across most of the state. But right now we are on the cool down for the night. We're at 55 here in Ames. And those winds are out of the north right now, but they will be switching over as we go on through the night and through tomorrow. Right now, though, across the rest of the state, still on the cool down, 40s up to our north, holding on at 61 down in Ottumwa right now. And those winds, like I said, out of the northwest for the most part, gusting fairly strong here in Ames, 18 miles an hour in Ames right now. So definitely feeling a little bit cooler out there than the temperatures say. But looking at clouds and radar, looking at mostly cloudy skies right now, and we do have a few rain showers trying to push their way into the southern part of the state right now and into the overnight hours, so that could be something we need to keep an eye on. But as we go forward in time, this low down to our south is just going to be moving off to the east just a little bit, but not really impacting us too much. We should just have clear skies for the next few days as we go on through Wednesday. Lots of sunshine for us here in Iowa. And then going on through Thursday, maybe a few clouds to deal with, but nothing too much out there. But looking at the estimated rainfall for tonight, those showers that are going to be pushing into the southern part of Iowa shouldn't be giving us too much of a problem here in Ames, but over to the eastern part of the state and Davenport, looking at around 3/4 of an inch of rain. And tonight, though, those lows, we are going to dip down into the 40s, even 30s over in Sioux City and up in Mason City. So definitely still feeling cool and like winter, but tomorrow will be up to the 50s again, so 54 in Des Moines, 53 in Marshalltown, and those are going to feel like much cooler temperatures to us after we've been spoiled with these 70-degree days for the past couple days, but those are still well above average, so it looks to be a great week ahead still nonetheless. Tonight, though, we do have a chance for those isolated thunderstorms as we go on through the night, and then it will end up just being mostly cloudy, a low of 42 tonight, and then tomorrow, high of 55, partly sunny with a chance for a few scattered showers later on. And then taking a look at the next 7 days, we do, like I said, have that chance for those showers later on Wednesday, but then a fair amount of sunshine as we go on through the rest of the week. And then by the end of the 7-day, it looks to be warming up as those 60s and 70s return as we get into next week. Stay tuned. There'll be more news after the break.
Wilmer Valderrama from hit TV show That's 70 Show will be joining the cast of another hit show, Grey's Anatomy. Valderrama will be playing Kyle Diaz in multiple episodes beginning in April. Details about his character are being kept under wraps.
A group of Palestinian attackers unleashed multiple assaults in Israel earlier this morning. According to Israeli police, one attack took place in the Mediterranean port city of Jaffa. The assailant of the attack stabbed 7 people, killing one man before he was shot and killed. Israeli police later said the man was an American tourist. 4 Palestinian attackers were shot and killed in the day. It is the latest in a 5-month wave of daily Palestinian attacks on civilians and security forces. So far, it does not appear that the attacker is affiliated with any terror groups.
Eliza Carr attended Iowa State employee banquet and gave us the latest scoop.
Last night, the 25-year club banquet took place right on campus in Sheeman Building. The banquet invited all university employees who have worked with ISU for 15, 25, 35, 40, and even 50 years. The employees were invited to a social hour at 5:30 p.m. with mingling, and then followed by a dinner at 6:15. It was a special event to honor those employees who have put forth the most time to the university. Talking with a few of the employees, they explained why they love working at the university so much.
I'm a secretary with the departments of entomology and natural resource ecology and management. I've been there for 25 years. Well, besides the paycheck and the benefits, I work with a great group of people, and I work with a lot of the graduate students, and it's really enjoyable to watch them grow and learn and move on.
Don't hesitate to frequently thank the staff for their hard work. They may have spent more time at the university than you expected.
The price of oil has jumped nearly 42% in the last 3 weeks. Prices are up to $37 per barrel after hitting a low on February 11th of $26. The investment banker Goldman Sachs warns that such a surge in prices could do more harm than good for future prices. In a report released on Tuesday, Goldman Commodities head Jeffrey Curry said, "Energy needs to lower prices to maintain financial stress to finish the rebalancing process. Otherwise, an oil rally will prove this self-defeating." This is what happened last year when oil prices hit a low in March at around $43 a barrel, and by early May, they surged above $60 a barrel.
An unruly crowd awaiting the release of Nike's latest Air Jordan 12 shoes forced a Detroit area mall to temporarily shut down. The Kids Foot Locker in the Eastland Center closed down twice within 2 hours for the public safety. In Minnesota, 2 people were shot outside of a Foot Locker waiting for the same shoe. A fight broke out in Madison, Wisconsin in the mall waiting to buy the sneakers.
And that's all for tonight's edition of Newswatch.
Join us on Thursday for more news, weather, and sports.
Until next time, have a wonderful night, Ames.